got a quick question about your attire from your stand-up special.
All right.
I know where this is going.
Okay, so I was looking at your jacket, and every now and then I saw this little like sketch of a head kind of pop out on the side, and I paused it. I'm watching it with my wife, and I paused it, and she was like, "What? Why are you doing this? This guy is actually funny." It's like, okay. She had been watching our podcast previous to that. So she's like, why are you pausing it on the actually funny guy? What do you have to do? It's like, I think this is an MXPX jacket that Lee Hardin is wearing.
Yep.
So
did you get that from Goodwill? Or
I was going to say, when and where did you get that? Because I have never seen that jacket before.
Right. So Mike from MXPX, first off, thank you for noticing that.
Yeah.
That was intentional. I was like, I'm going to wear this. There's going to be a couple of people that catch that Easter egg.
Yeah, for sure.
Pastor Lucas.
Done.
Picked it up.
Yep. It was the first mosh pit that I almost lost a tooth in was at MXPX show. MXPX, Bleach, and 5 Iron Frenzy.
Oh, good lineup.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. Man, I just, they had a huge impact on me from age 13 on out. That was the first band that I got into that no one told me about. Wanted to dress like him. I got made fun of for dressing like him. Didn't care. That was the first, my thing. And Mike did these live things on Facebook, live acoustic shows, and he was promoting merch he would wear on his old concerts, and he would respond to messages and stuff. But I bought it as soon as I could. There weren't that many, and so got it and got the dry bar booked. And I was like, I doubt he's going to reply, but asked him if I could wear this on my upcoming special. He was cool with it. That led into some more conversation about being on his podcast, which got to be on his podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Once on the phone, and then when I was in Waco, he might have moved back to Bremerton, but he lived in Waco at the time. He came to the show that I was at, which was really weird because I know his laugh.
Right.
And so, yeah. And then I got to go to his house, do a in-person podcast, and it's the Mike Herrera podcast, but you might as well have called it the Chris Farley show because I fanboyed the whole.
Hey, do you remember that time that you?
That
was awesome.
Yeah. That was what I did. I was like, he's trying to ask me about comedy. Yeah. What's that like? I'm like, yeah, whatever. You remember that song on Street Politics? Remember that? That was cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But yeah, that blows me away. I even got to interact with a childhood hero of mine. Man, but that was, I knew no one else was going to have that jacket. Even though I just saw a guy on Dry Bar with the same type of jacket. It's not MXPX, but it's the same design.
Right.
He's wearing the same jeans as me, black t-shirt, and he's talking about McDonald's, and he's a black guy. And so I'm like, this is like the Bizarro version of me.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about fast food, dressed like me, and I'm going, this is weird. Oh.
But he didn't have the MXPX jacket, so I'm sure he's great, but still not as cool. And that's what counts.
Cool jacket. Yeah, he was very funny. He was a very funny dude. But yeah, I don't wear the jacket as much. This is gonna sound weird, but I feel weird wearing it after it's been on
after you wore it on the special.
Yeah, because it's like you meet someone, you're wearing the jacket. Oh yeah, I did a comedy special. They go then watch your comedy special, and
they're like this freaking guy is wearing the same thing every day.
Well, and unless that becomes your thing, right? Like that was Steve Martin's thing, was that he dressed in that white suit all the time. And so it was always, everybody expected him to dress in the white suit. And he was like, evenally that's what I had to do.
But then his hair went white and.
I think that happened
that
19
like 30
for him.
or something.
Yeah. I'm sure you read this in his book or heard about the reason why he had the white suit. He was doing all these huge arena shows, and he's like, they need to see me. So it's dark out. I can't wear anything. I gotta make sure they see I'm on stage doing my thing. So
yeah. That's pretty awesome. The jacket I will say that as soon as I saw the jacket, I was like, honey, I need to find that. And it's that, and she has scoured the internet and cannot find it anywhere. She's like, I really wanted to get you this jacket, but I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
They do have a hoodie out it's all black. It's got the same logo. It's again, it wouldn't be the same.
If you want, not as cool as the jacket.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So what was it?
I'm pretty crazy because.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
The logo. So I've told you I've been all in on them for a long time.
So did you show him the tattoo whenever you got to sit down with him?
Yeah.
What was his response?
And he went into the story about how he's the first MXPX tattoo is on him.
Nice.
He collaborated with a friend to draw it out, and they did some editing with it. So he's got the first MXPX tattoo, and he thought it was cool. My dad even thought it was cool when I first showed him. This is an old tattoo now, but when I first showed it to Dad, my dad took him back to a memory because he took me to my first MXPX show, which he was not an MXPX fan, but he stood in the front row with me.
He sounds like a good dad.
Yeah, that's a good dad. And I was going crazy as a 14-year-old, and I didn't know this, but my dad was like, "Hey, during that show, you were going crazy. Mike and Tom, they were getting up. They were coming together between songs and pointing at you and like smiling. So they were like, man, that guy's crazy over there. So that was the news. That didn't know they were doing that. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. His dad, he went deaf for like 2 weeks. I am Lee Hardin, stand-up comedian, and the reason you should never listen to the Reverend and the Reprobate is your Arminian pastor grandfather would spin in his grave 10 times over.